The 2025 NBA season's regular season has concluded, and the playoffs are underway. The Cleveland Cavaliers, the top seed in the Eastern Conference, just opened the playoffs with a 21-point statement win against Miami Heat that felt more like a threat to the rest of the league. Mitchell set the tone. Jerome lit it up. Garland, ice cold when it mattered most.
Darius with the dagger! Garland among three of the Pistons from the logo.
This isn't hype. It's not a fluke. Something real is building in Cleveland. Have the Cavaliers quietly become the most complete team in the NBA? And are we watching the birth of a true title contender right before our eyes? Quickly press the like and subscribe button and hit the bell for updates. Let's get into it. Cleveland didn't just beat Miami. They overwhelmed them. A 121-100 win in Game 1 wasn't about survival. It was about dominance. The Cavs' top three guards, Donovan Mitchell, Darius Garland, and Ty Jerome, all scored over 27 points, a franchise playoff first. Jerome, playing in his first playoff game, dropped 16 in the fourth and turned Rocket Arena into his personal stage. Merrill got into the mix too, fueling a run that buried Miami for good. The Cavs never trailed after the first quarter, opening a playoff series like a team with bigger things on its mind. No drama, no panic, just power. If that was the opening act, imagine what's coming when we zoom in on their core. What happens when your four best players are all healthy, hungry, and fully bought in? You get this Cavs team. Mitchell, Garland, Mobley, and Allen have become a strategic masterpiece. Mitchell brings scoring gravity. Garland orchestrates. Mobley is now a high-post hub. Allen finishes everything. But what sets them apart is rotation design. Coach Kenny Atkinson pairs Mitchell with Mobley for inside-out attack, and Garland with Allen for high-speed pick-and-rolls. That's two lethal combos running back-to-back. When one rests, the other strikes. Cleveland has unlocked a rhythm most teams can't handle. You don't stop them, you just hope the damage isn't irreversible. But it's Garland's growth that made this more than just a talented group. No press tour, no drama, just a comeback with teeth. Darius Garland rebounded from last year's injuries and noise with a career-defining season. The guy who was once doubted for his pairing with Mitchell now runs games in crunch time. His mid-season game winner in Detroit silenced critics. Literally. He even had to deal with his jaw being wired shut last year. That comeback? A different kind of toughness. Garland didn't just return physically, he returned smarter. His clutch play, his shot selection, his control, all elite. He and Mitchell stopped taking turns and started making turns together. And while Garland redefined grit, the Cavs redefined what elite shooting looks like. This is not a hot shooting stretch. This is who they are. Cleveland shoots 40.5% from deep as a team. That's not just elite, that's historic. 7 players are above 40% from 3, and it's not all catch and shoot. Mobley added range. Struss is back healthy. Hunter's pulling defenses wide. Jerome and Merrill punish lapses. The Cavs are spacing teams into oblivion. More importantly, the shots are well-timed. Off-movement, screens, and unselfish ball reversals. Opposing defenses can't collapse because everyone can make them pay. They lead the league in offensive rhythm. And it's not volume for volume's sake, it's weaponized geometry. The problem for opponents? The Cavaliers don't just score, they erase your buckets too. Rim attempts against Cleveland are a bad idea. Evan Mobley and Jarrett Allen form the league's best paint duo.
What about Allen and Mobley? Do you think those two can coexist? And those are both really athletic guys.
But what's sneaky good is how Cleveland invites drives, only to smother them at the rim. Allen holds opponents to 50% on close shots. Mobley hounds floaters and short jumpers. Even Dean Wade, a reserve, ranks top tier in rim defense among wings. This isn't about highlight blocks. It's about walling up, rotating on time, and making every shot feel forced. Teams often give up on the paint entirely and settle for contested jumpers. That's exactly what Cleveland wants. Because when teams shift outside, the Cavs' depth becomes even more dangerous. The Cavs bench isn't filler. It's formation. Ty Jerome, a flamethrower off the bench. DeAndre Hunter, two-way balance. Sam Merrill, a momentum changer from 3. Isaac Okoro and Dean Wade, defensive firewalls. This rotation is 10 men deep with defined roles. No wasted minutes. Coach Atkinson trusts them because they produce. During the season, 12 players averaged double-digit minutes. In the playoffs, most teams shorten rotations. Atkinson hasn't. Why would he? This bench maintained leads, flipped games, and carried starters to rest. And when someone goes cold, there's always a plan B or C waiting. Functional depth, not just quantity. But what happens when you combine that depth with controlled speed and structure? The Cavaliers used to grind out games, not anymore. Now they run at you and past you. Cleveland's 6th in pace, but it's how they use it that stings. They push even after made buckets. Nearly 39% of their shots come in the first 9 seconds, and yet they don't rush, they execute. Atkinson's system emphasizes quick reads, sharp cuts, and secondary ball handlers. Mobley facilitates. Garland and Mitchell shoot off the catch. It's a formula that keeps defenses scrambling, and it works without sacrificing poise, because Cleveland turns it over less than almost any team in the league. And still, some people say they haven't beaten anyone, so let's address that. Sure, the Cavs have faced some injury-hit opponents, but let's look at the facts. They're 15-4 against teams, 500 or better. They're unbeaten against the West in 11 games. They've beaten top 10 net rating teams in 7 of 8 tries. Yes, they've had advantages, but they've crushed teams regardless. This isn't fluky. Their win margin ranks among the top 5 all-time through this stretch of games. Strength of schedule matters, but so does execution. You don't accidentally win 64 games in this league. You don't dominate with this kind of consistency if you're not legit. And at the center of it all is Donovan Mitchell, burning with purpose.
Garland to Mitchell! Showtime!
Donovan Mitchell has been here before, but never like this. For the 7th straight playoff series, he opened with a 30-piece. That ties Jordan. His playoff fire is undeniable, but this season, something's changed. Less ball dominance, more trust, higher efficiency. Mitchell has deferred more, assisted more, and conserved more, all by design. He doesn't need to go nuclear every night because his team is ready. But when it's time, he still has the takeover gear. And now, he's 28, the same age Jordan was when he won his first ring. The moment is aligning, and he knows it. So what's next? That's the question Cleveland fans can finally ask with pride. This team isn't waiting for validation anymore. They've built something real. An elite offense, a fortified defense, a system that flexes with the moment. They don't beat themselves, and they don't let up. With Atkinson guiding a full roster, not just top-loaded talent, the Cavaliers have their best shot in decades to break the non-LeBron ceiling. Can they win it all? Yes. Will it be easy? Number Boston, OKC, Denver, all threats. But none scarier than a Cleveland team that believes in itself, top to bottom. They might not have banners yet, but they've got belief. And belief, when it's this backed by performance, stops being a dream. It starts being destiny. Elite shooting, lockdown defense, a core that's finally healthy and playing like killers, role players turning into closers, a coach who's flipped the system and unlocked everyone. The Cavaliers aren't just good, they're a problem for everybody. They don't need LeBron. They've built their own identity, fast, ruthless, unselfish. Cleveland's not chasing legacy. They're creating a new one. But if the Cavs make it to the finals, who's their toughest test? Boston, Denver, or someone else? And when it's win or go home, which Cavs player do you trust with the ball? Let us know what you think in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, give us a like and make sure to subscribe for amazing NBA content.